What a lovely day to be down the beach. Hey everyone, I hope you're all safe, I hope you're all well. I'm down on the beach today with the Simplex and I'm going to be trying out All Metal Mode today to see how we get on with that. Also, if you've entered my 1000 subscribers giveaway, stay tuned. I'll be announcing the winners later in the video. I'm Adam, this is my metal detector, and that's a beach. Welcome to D-Tekt Sussex. Alright, so I'm just getting set up down here on the beach. And as I said in the intro, I'm going to be using All Metal Mode today. I haven't used it for a full hunt before. I've switched into it here and there, just on the wet sand, to try and pinpoint a hard to find target once or twice. But last week I said I wanted to find out a bit more about it and use it a little bit more just to see, because it is a setting on the detector that I'm not really familiar with. And I'm very grateful to Mike S, because Mike S commented and sent me a link to a page which had some information on threshold settings and things. Not specifically for the Simplex, but gave me enough to go on so I can get set up today. So I'm going to flick over to All Metal and I'm going to go over to the threshold setting, which is this. No, that's the frequency. Missed it. There, threshold setting. Now it's come up at 45 as I've turned the machine on. Essentially the way this works is a bit like a squelch on an old CB radio. Okay, so the lower it is, the more likely you are to find a strong signal, but the more noise you'll have in your ear. So the higher it is, the less noise you'll have in your ear, but the stronger the signal needs to be in order to pick it up. So I'm going to, oops, push the wrong button. Go back to the threshold. I'm going to, goes up to 50, so I think I'll leave it at 45. We'll just see what happens there. I'll drop the sensitivity down a smidge because we're on the beach and I won't be digging that deep, so we'll go about there. Okay, let's see how we get on. Okay, first one of the day, coming up around about 60. Just a little bit of aluminium tat. But that was interesting. It's almost like you're detecting with the pinpointer on all the time in terms of the way it sounds. Most modes on the detector, park mode, field mode, beach mode, they'll try and give you a distinct beep when you pass over something. So it'll go beep, beep, whereas this is more of a excuse the bad impression, but you get the idea. It sort of increases in sound, in volume, as you get over the target. So I guess it will help detect things perhaps a little bit further around the coil in the periphery. So yeah, interesting. On we go. Okay, so I normally try and keep things clean on the channel as much as I can, but for fork's sake, Sabichi. Yay. Onward. Okay, fairly impressed. This was coming up at number 3 on the VDIs. I wouldn't normally dig that low, but I never get a 3. You normally get a 4 for iron, but I never get a 3. It took me a long time to find this with the pinpointer, but it's that. Nothing exciting, but it's tiny and really delicate and really thin. And yeah, I'm not sure if I would have found that with one of the other modes. So if I get another signal like that, maybe I'll try the other modes on it before I dig it, just to see what they would come up as. But yeah, just a bit of scrap, but interesting little find in terms of using the new mode. Onward. Okay, so I've just turned my headphones off just so you can hear the tones for a minute. You don't really get different tones, you just get strength of tone. So I've dug this one out. I've got the target in this little spoil pile here. So I'm going to bring the detector over and you can hopefully hear what it sounds like. So that's a really strong target that's just on the surface. When it was in there, it was actually really faint. You could hear the background noise just fluctuating a little bit. It was coming up in the 70s. Now it's out, high 70s, really screaming signal. Now it's a lot closer. So let's have a little look and see what it is. I think I might be able to see it already, but we'll pinpoint around just to be sure. No, it wasn't what I thought it was. It's over here somewhere. Oh, haha, we have our fishing weight. Lovely. No line on it, no hooks. That's good. No, that's fine. Nice and safe. Cool. Okay, we'll put that in the pouch. And we'll head over. Or head on, I should say. Cool. Onward. Okay, so I've been swinging down here just for a little while. I found a few bits of aluminium tack that I haven't filmed. A few things I'm noticing so far. First and foremost, there's a lot of signals coming up on the VDIs that I'm not used to seeing, that the other modes obviously just ignore. So I've had that 03 you saw earlier, which I don't think I've ever had before. And I'm getting a lot of 99 signals as well. I've dug them all so far, so just turned out to be a little bits of scrap and rubbish. But so just getting used to it today. But that's interesting. As the name suggests, it is all metal, so the other modes will obviously cancel out certain signals, certain frequencies. Oh. There's one. There's 99. Well timed. So let's see what that is. So yeah, obviously there's some signals coming through that you wouldn't normally expect. Well, I wouldn't normally get in the other. There it is. The other areas, a bit of rusty tat, I think. Yeah. Oh, I'll go in the pouch. But yeah, I'm not sure about it really. In terms of a setting so far, I've got a little bit more time here. I'm going to obviously test it a lot more. But just initial feelings, actually, it's not too bad. It's you don't get that definite positive ding when you find something, but you do get sort of a rise in the tone, in the volume of the tone. But the tones are the other thing that I'm noticing. In most of the other modes, beach mode excluded, you get a range of tones, so you can detect by ear quite often and get a rough idea of what it is you're picking up just by listening to the tones and the pitch. But on this, it's just volume. You know, you get a volume goes up as you go over something. So you can't really pick out what the item's likely to be from the sound. You have to rely on the VDIs a little bit more. So there's just another little observation, something to think about on all metal mode. Oh, it really is a lovely day today. Check that out. Glorious. Certainly a change from last week with 20-mile-an-hour winds and sub-zero temperatures, eh? It's a balmy 10 degrees today, 10 degrees Celsius. Lovely. Right, onward. Okay, next up we've got our first coin of the day. It's only a 1p. It's just on the turn slightly. It was jumping about all over the 90s, sort of anywhere between 92 and 99. So there we go. I did stop it into part mode just to see what it would sound like, and it was rejecting it slightly. So I'm not sure if I would have dug it in part mode, but certainly dug it in all metal mode. There we are, 2015, 1p. It's only just turning, so I think that's probably just about spendable. There we are. Onward. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, but down here somewhere there's a 5p piece that I found. Now, this is what it sounds like in all metal mode. Okay, definite signal. Oddly, it's 99. Don't know why, it's 99. Possibly the rust, it is starting to turn slightly. But if I switch this over to part mode 2, which is my normal mode, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Field mode, nothing. Beach mode, nothing. All metal mode, definitely there. So it's a modern day 5P, starting to rust a bit. It's got the iron core, which might be why the other modes are rejecting it, but there's no way I would have found that in the other modes. So there's something to think about. Again, just slightly turning, probably spendable. Stick it in a machine. So 2014, there's the front, there's the back. Onward. Okay, just on the coming down the groins here on the next bay. So it's coming up initially in the 50s, but then popped up to 99 as I got closer. We're getting quite a faint change in the frequency to start with, and then it got really squeaky by the time it got to the surface. A rusty ring. Onward. Always wear your gloves, peeps. Wow. Yeah, that would have done some damage. So, a lot of the signals I'm finding are 99, and a lot of them turn out to be rusty old tat like this. But after I found that 5P, which was coming up 99, I'm wondering whether I should just dig them all anyway. Makes you wonder whether having the opportunity or the function to detect everything is better than having a detector that'll discriminate them out. Not sure. Well, onward. Okay, next up, rusty crusty penny. Now this had a lot of 99 in the signal, but was dropping down to the 70s quite a bit as well, which is why I dug it. I've decided now I'm not going to dig all the 99 signals. I know I'm going to potentially miss 5Ps, 10Ps, that kind of thing, but I'm digging so much rubbish at 99 because of the iron content that I think it's going to be worth my while to ignore the 99 signals and just go for the ones where there's other numbers coming up. So I think that's what I'm going to do for now. Rusty crusty unspendable penny. Onward. Okay, I've got another rusty penny. I don't think this is going to be spendable. It's quite clean on that side. So this was bouncing around in the 70s, a little bit of 80s. I'm finding that the VDIs are a lot less stable in all metal mode. So obviously the other modes do quite a bit to stabilise the VDIs for you, whereas all metal is a lot freer. But yeah, crusty penny. On we go. Okay, just as I say I'm not going to dig any more 99s, this comes up on the surface. Another 5P, and it was coming up 99. I wouldn't have dug it if it was on the surface, so I just picked it up, but yeah, that's a bit too far gone. I think I won't count that as a spendable. But again, you see, it just makes me doubt whether I should be digging the 99s or not, because that is a 99. You know, that's a UK spec. Well, it's rusty, but it would be a spendable coin, and it was coming up 99. I wonder if it wasn't rusty, whether it would be coming up down in the 20s where you'd normally expect. Things to think about. Onward. Okay, I'm just stopping for a quick break and thought this would be an opportune time to announce the winners of my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So if you entered the competition from a couple of weeks ago and you got all the numbers in the video, you converted them to letters and then sent me the correct anagram, you were entered into the draw. A lot of entries this time round. What I did was I put you all into a spreadsheet in the order you entered and by date and time, and assigned you all a number 1, 2, 3, 4 onwards, and put those numbers into a random generator. The first number that came out was the star prize winner, and the second two numbers that came out were the runners up. So I'm going to go through the names now. I'm going to bring back a little piece of technology which has been in for service recently, the hollow map, and we're going to repurpose it today to show you the winners. So winning the runners up prizes. Okay, these are the runners up prizes. So you're going to get a Nokta Makro patch, a D-Tekt Sussex pin badge, and a D-Tekt Sussex sticker set. The winners of the runners up prizes are Chris Vintage 65 on Instagram and John Clayton. Well done, guys, you've won those prizes. So please send me a message, follow up on your entry message, and let me have your postal address and I'll get those out to you wherever you are in the world. So we're just going to clear the screen. And now for the star prize. So the star prize was all of those things. So a Nokta Makro patch, a D-Tekt Sussex pin badge, a D-Tekt Sussex sticker set, and you'll also be winning a D-Tekt Sussex pen and a D-Tekt Sussex mug. Only one of those exists on the planet. So here we are. The winner of all of those things is Andy Burks. Congratulations, Andy. You are the star prize winner of the 1,000 subscribers giveaway. Send me a message. I think you applied on Facebook or you entered on Facebook. So send me a message on Facebook with your postal address and I'll get that on its way to you. Thank you to everyone who entered the competition. It was really, really well entered. Lots of people entered and a lot of people got it right. So well done to all of you people. Right, let's see what else we can find in all metal mode. Okay, haven't done many live digs today, so I thought we'd give this one a go. See how jumpy the numbers are. It's anywhere in the 60s, 70s, a little bit of 80s. But the target is about there. So let's give it a dig. It says 3 chevrons on the machine. I'm up to 1 bar off of sensitivity now on the machine. I put that up fairly quick in the hunt. Just found that it could handle it, so. Also threshold, I'm down to 15 on the threshold, just been playing with it as I go around. 15 seems to work okay. Okay, as I'm getting down to it, it's settling more in the 60s, just a little bit more. Okay, so I've dug down, that's got to be good 8-9 inches, and I don't know if you can see it at the bottom there. Let's scoop some of this out. There it is, a large pipe, just there. So yeah, that's staying in the ground. But yeah, that's coming up, as I got closer to it, it was coming up more 67, 68, so as I got closer to it, the VDIs were stabilising. But yeah, I think just because of the depth, the VDIs were a bit more wobbly. Interesting. Right, well, I'm going to fill this hole in and carry on. Onward. More aluminium. More stable this time, sort of late 70s, 78, 79. But yeah, stable numbers that time round, not too deep. Onward. Okay, so this was a surface find. No metal in it at all, but this was a surface find. and pretty incredible actually. Well, it's one of the Incredibles. It's, if I'm not mistaken, that is Violet from the Incredibles movie. Disney Pixar for McD Corp, so probably a McDonald's toy. China. Yeah, so probably a McDonald's toy. And it's been a while since I've seen the film. I think her power is that she turns invisible, from memory. Not so invisible today, sitting on the beach. Cool. Onward. So my time is up here on the beach. I've had a really nice morning on the beach this week. Certainly better than last week with the weather. Obviously I've been testing out All Metal Mode for the first time properly today, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's basically the Simplex Raw. The other modes, Field Mode, Park Mode, Beach Mode, they have various sort of filters and stabilizations in those programs to make things a little bit easier, to try and get rid of some of the naff signals that you wouldn't normally pick up. But as we found out today, All Metal Mode will pick up a slightly rusty 5p, whereas the other modes won't even touch it. So if you want to pick up more items and possibly be digging more things, I think All Metal Mode's a good way to go. If you really want to concentrate on sort of the high value coins and some of the nicer stuff, maybe look at the other modes. But that's just the first impressions for today. I'll probably use it again in the next few weeks to give it another little test out. But yeah, I think if you're out for like a full day and you don't mind digging a lot of stuff to get to the good stuff, I think All Metal Mode is definitely a good way to go. You'll just need to be making more decisions on what you dig, whereas normally the modes will be doing that for you. So let's have a look and see what I've managed to find today. I did bin a few things halfway around because the bag was getting really heavy. So the quantity wise, this is about half of the amount of stuff I found today. Didn't record it all, but this is a representative sample. So we've got a few bottle tops, got the fork, a few rusty rings, little scraps of aluminium, little bits of metal spikes. We've got a bit of a bike chain. Got some rusty coins, they're just a little bit too far gone to be cast as spendable. And our fishing weight. And if we go over here, we've got our Violet Par from the Incredibles. And just 6p today in just about spendable coins. They are just on the edge in terms of rust on what you might better get away with spending. So we'll call those spendable for today. So just 6p today. But otherwise, I had a really nice relaxing time on the beach today. Don't forget to check out the links in the description. You can get yourself 10% off one of these awesome waterproof, rip-proof bags, and a few links to all the other recording equipment and stuff that I use for my videos. Otherwise, have an absolutely tip-top week, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Take care.